Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's sketch is this one right here for Gossamer Blue. And it does have one photo. However, I am going to use two photos in my sketch. And I'm also going to be using my Kill a Kit with Style. So let's see what I can do. All right, you guys, we go rogue a little bit on this sketch, and that is okay because you don't have to follow a sketch exactly every time you do the sketch. So we already knew that I was going to add another photo. So I have two 4x6 photos, and I'm not going to cut them down because one of my photos is a photo of the menu, and you see the entire menu, so I don't want to trim that down. Now I go ahead and trim down this scalloped paper, and I just trim it at the scallops. I have got to tell you guys, this is one of my most favorite things to do with scalloped paper, mermaid scale paper, whatever that is. I like to cut it at the scallop and have that kind of bouncy circular edge on the edge of my paper. I just find it super fun. I decided to have it at the top of the page instead of it flipping over and hanging at the bottom of the page, kind of like a curtain, which is another thing that I do a lot with the scallopy paper. I don't know what it is, it's just something I enjoy, and since I enjoy it, I'm going to keep on doing it until I don't enjoy it anymore. Now, I don't like where this is. I'm just not a fan of it. I decide that I am going to place this over onto the left-hand side of the page a little bit more, and then I'm also going to switch the photos so that the menu is on the left and the pager thing is on the right. And I'm doing that because I know that I need to put some embellishment on the right-hand side of my photo, and in order to do that, I need to be able to overlap the photo, and I really didn't feel like I could overlap the menu because it's the menu and I want you to be able to read it. And then I figure since I've moved this over, the title's going to have to go on the right-hand side instead of the left-hand side, so I just need space. Just need some space. Now I have this burlap flower ribbon, and I'm going to go ahead and place that on the bottom of the photos, and I am placing it over the top of the photos instead of tucked underneath because I want you to be able to see that it's a flower. If I just wanted you to get the texture and the feel of that, then I would have tucked it underneath of the photos because you wouldn't have seen a whole heck of a lot of it. You just would have saw a little bit of the floral. Now I decide to go ahead and add another layer, and I just pull this piece off of a larger piece of paper that is in my Kill a Kit with Style. I'm going to tuck that underneath. That way you're just kind of getting like the color and the base of it, and you're still getting that full flower burlap business. So now what is going to happen is I'm going to figure out what in the world else I'm going to do. So in the sketch, there is definite, there's something. There's definitely something. There's definitely something over this strip of paper. So I grab my Love from Lizzie peel-offs and I go ahead and put the scallopy edge on the left-hand side, just like it is in the sketch. And then I'm going to grab my straight gold peel-offs, and then what I'm going to do is put that on the right-hand side of the sketch. And again, I am totally okay that they don't exactly match. They coordinate, and that's what happened. So I'm going to go ahead and get that down there, and voila. I don't even have to put it at the bottom because, you can't even see it at the bottom. Now I thought about adding in a little bit more of that gold down here at the bottom, and I was like, oh, I want gold, but not like that. I don't like that whatsoever. So I'm just looking around trying to figure out what in the heck I'm going to do now. Because like I said, we've gone rogue a little bit, and that's okay. So now I have Love and Adore, and I'm going to make that into my title, and I'm just looking for an ampersand, one that isn't going to be too big, one that isn't going to be too small. It just needs to be just right. So I do go ahead and pull out this alphabet set that is also in my Kill a Kit, and I figure that that works perfectly. I am going to add more adhesive because fun fact, it's not just American Craft stickers that don't stick, it's the other brands too. So we're going to go ahead and add the adhesive on there. I decided to add the liquid glue, the Liquid Nouveau Deluxe on this guy, just because he had longer, skinnier pieces and it was easier to place that down than it was to mess around with my ATG. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out the center of these flowers. Now, originally I was just going to leave them in there. And that, I was just going to leave them in there. And I don't know why I was going to leave them in there, because it stresses me out when the insides of letters are left in. So why I thought it would be okay to leave the inside of the flowers, who knows. But anyway, I'm going to pop those guys up. Some of them are easier to pop out than others. It just is the nature of it. It's how it was manufactured. So I go ahead, get those popped out, and then I am going to do something. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going. I kind of forgot what I was doing and where I was going with this. Usually I create a layout and voiceover right away, but I actually did not voice over this right away, so my thought process is kind of gone. Now this is a khaki colored label, and I tuck it up under here just because I figured that that would be an awesome place to put it. And then I pull out this white and gold foil floral, and I figured, you know what, let's bring all the flowers in. And I'm doing that because the restaurant name is Carnation Cafe. Now I know that the flowers on this layout aren't carnations, but I'm taking some artistic license and just making it more about the flowers than the actual carnation. So I strategically place that die cut down, and I'm doing that so that it doesn't cover up the menu parts. And then I'm also going to use this die cut that says is the best place. So I'm just trying to figure out where to put that so it doesn't cover up anything in the menu, and it also doesn't leave an awkward gap between that sticker and the photo. So I finally figured that out. I place that down, and then I know that I guess I didn't actually figure that out. I'm redoing it again. Okay, now we're good. So now I just have to flip through my little bits here and see what else I can add on to my scrapbook layout here. So as you can see, there is no decoration at the top of the photo. There's a little bit on each of the lines where the strip meets the other pattern paper, but I'm feeling I need to put some decoration here. It feels empty, and I just feel like it needs to go there. So I'm going to place on 2 different tags, and then I'm also going to put that green tiny word sticker down there. And then I find another white and gold foil die cut. So I'm going to tuck that over there by the love, and then figure out where I'm going to put this other tiny word sticker, and I decided to put it right here on the top. Now I do have this punched out bit that kind of matches the background paper. I tried in a few different places. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't look good. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back. And then I take a peek at my supplies again, just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So I do know that I've got naked tag holes, and that can't happen. They just can't. No naked tag holes on my layout. So I am going to do a combination of journaling and in kind of like subtitle thing where it says is the best place. So Lana and I can't read it what it says, but something about Lana and I feel like Carnation Cafe is the best place. It really reminds us of the plaza in Walt Disney World. It kind of has that same kind of feel and food to it. Plus the baked potato soup was delicious. So I'm going to trim down 2 little bows here made with some embroidery thread. And like, embroidery thread is cheap, guys. You don't need to buy fancy ribbon, twine, all that kind of good stuff. If you find some baker's twine on a good clearance, buy it. Embroidery thread is cheap. It's like, I don't know, 20, 30 cents. So there you go. It's cheap and easy, and you can get all the colors if you want. So now I've decided what I'm going to shove in the center of my flowers, and I'm going to go with the super sparkly gold sequins. Now these are from Brutus Monroe. They are my favorite sequins ever. This style of sequin. It's like a glitter sequin. I have them in gold and I have them in silver from Brutus Monroe. And I have some Spiegel Mom scrap sequins that have the sparkly bits inside them as well. So I am just being careful to make sure that the super sparkly side is up, so that is the center of the flower. I am using the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive again because it is a clear drying glue. So if there's any glue splodges or anything that kind of seeps out, you're not going to see it once the glue is completely dry. I'm using my Crystal Katana to go ahead and situate these sequins. It has a wax tip on one side and a blunt tip on the other side so that you can maneuver things around. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that glue and drop a couple little drops along the page. That way I can bring some of that sparkly gold to the top of the page and not just on the bottom. So I go ahead and get those on there, and then I've got the little bits of sparkler. The little sparkler bits, guys, that just makes me happy. I am a huge fan of sparkle and shine on my layouts. So there it is. Thank you so much for joining me as we went a little bit rogue on this layout. Make sure you join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. That's where you'll get access to all of the Follow a Sketch February layouts, and then you can post whatever you're making. We love to ooh and ah over it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you again real soon for another video.